Welcome back. So, yesterday I said that I was going to be making something really cool using the trick with the vulcanite and the deployer. And in order to do that, I needed bluetricity, and I didn't like the system I had in here. I took the the water mills. I took them all down, and I'm going to use this for my chest room instead. And I've got a little crafting station over here. I modeled this a little bit after like a screenshot of a crafting station that Eloram, I'll never be able to say that. She showed me a screenshot of one of her crafting stations, and I really like the design of it. And this one is a little bit similar to that. There are some differences, but I like how it looks. I love all of the textures in Red Power. They're all just awesome. And I like the way she had her battery boxes against the wall like that. So I put a power room back here using thermal piles, which you may remember from an earlier tutorial that I did. If you'd like to see that tutorial, I'll put an annotation in right here that you can click on to see that, and I'll show you the recipe for that. I've got it somewhere on this page, I think. Actually, it might be, yeah. You know what? I'm not even sure where it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look up copper and hit U on that so that I can show you that way. Alright, so this is the thermopile, and this is the recipe here. It's copper ingots, 4 of them, with blue doped wafers, which you make in your red alloy furnace, and a blue alloy ingot you also make in your red alloy furnace, with iron ingots on the top and bottom. Now, there's a bug right now where you can't use industrial craft copper. So what I did was I took an industrial craft copper and I went into NEI and I deleted the industrial craft copper and gave myself one red power copper, and then I placed that red power copper into my transmutation table. So now what I can do is anytime I need copper, I can just activate my transmutation table and put in something else, and there's copper right there, red power 2 copper. So I can make as many of these as I want. Now I've set them up in the 0.5 amp, or I believe that would be, it's 100 volts, so that is 50 watts each. These are a quarter of the power of a solar panel, but I like them better because they don't have to be outside. So I have that running to my batteries here, and then from there I'm running it over here, and you might find this machine to be somewhat similar to one that I've already shown you, and in fact the one that I linked. This is a contraption that I've made for geothermals instead of water mills, and the other wire from the battery boxes comes in over here and goes into this retriever, and this whole part is going to look this is all the same exact configuration as the water mills, except the difference is I've got my timer going in 2 different directions. One powers things just like in the I keep saying that, the water mill tutorial. The other one, and you need this little, this is a panel. It keeps the tube from going into your deployer that has your redstone and your vulcanite in it. Okay, so the other side of the timer is going down through a red power 2 repeater, okay, set to one tick, okay, and then into the deployer. That way, these will go off first, and the lava will be bucketed up, okay, and then 1 tick later, lava will be replaced. Now I can turn this system off because one Mark III collector and 1 condenser is not enough to keep up with this system. However, well, it isn't at 1 second, which is what my timer is right now. The condenser can only create, well, the collector actually is where the bottleneck is. The collector creates, I believe, 24 energy, and that's per second, so redstone is 64, so you essentially need 3 seconds. And I haven't set anything up yet to automatically fill this deployer because of another cool thing that I wanted to show you. So another nice thing about deployers with equivalent exchange, if you were to place your Klein star in here, it would show you how much energy is in that Klein star. I've got about 200,000. Now, as you should know, because I believe I mentioned it, the vulcanite can use... See, I have no redstone in my inventory now. The vulcanite can use... I'm not sure where to demonstrate this. The vulcanite can use your Klein star. This is going to be another red power 2 power room to place lava. See? There you go. It still works even with no redstone in my inventory, and that is because it is perfectly happy to use your Klein star. Now, deployers are really cool. The inventory of a deployer acts as the inventory of a player for the purposes of activating whatever is in the deployer. And the deployer is smart enough to know that if you have this in here, this is what you want it to use. I believe it goes by positioning. So I place my vulcanite in the upper left-hand corner, and I can take out all of this redstone, and if I want, I could just stick a Klein star in here, and it'll still work. So the nice thing about that is Klein stars are a lot cheaper than they used to be. Instead of being like tons of red matter for your first Klein star, you can make a Klein star with a diamond and some Mobius fuel, which, let's see, let's just see if we can figure out the easiest way to make Mobius fuel. Here we go. We'll take 2 of these. Okay, and now we have another Klein star. So now what I can do is, normally you would charge your Klein star in a relay. Okay, now I've gotten rid of my relay, but I don't want to give this whole system the entire amount of energy left in this Klein star, which is 173,231. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take a dark matter block out, okay, and then I'm going to use this, which has 33,900 left. Okay, I'm going to place that in here, and this system will have 33,000 EMC to work through here, okay? And I haven't even wired it into any kind of energy storage yet, so I'm going to leave it off for the moment. But then normally you would just place that dark matter block that you took out into your relay to charge your new Klein star. Well, I don't want to do that. That's a pain in the butt. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to put a stick in here, pull a stick out, and take the targeted stick out. Now I have EMC left in my transmutation grid, and I haven't gotten anything with that energy, and it saves it, as you can see. But if I were to put a Klein star in here, okay, it changes it to no lock, and it stores that energy into the Klein star instantly. So when I take it out, now this Klein star has all of that excess energy that I got from the dark matter block, minus 1 stick. And you can even get around the 1 stick issue by putting 2 sticks here, make it 3, and put a stick there, pull 1 stick out, and there you go. I've just charged it with the value of whatever sticks. I don't feel like thinking out the math, but it's a fairly simple way of charging your Klein star. And now we have a really nice energy system here that is quite simply based off of the watermill system that we already had, with just the repeater and the deployer with the vulcanite and Klein star. So go ahead and check out that tutorial, and if you are willing to set this timer to 3 seconds, okay, then it's actually a little less than 3 seconds, but 3 seconds isn't too bad. That should keep this many geothermals powered without too much trouble. So 3 seconds, and then what you could do is you could run this right here, where's my red alloy? You could run this over here and put a filter, okay, behind this condenser here, all right, and then run a tube behind this deployer here and just run this red alloy over to that filter, and then every 3 seconds it'll grab as much redstone as it can and put it into this deployer and keep the deployer filled using this collector. So as long as you're on 3 seconds, then you could do it that way, and it would make this an automatic system that requires no maintenance of any kind. And then you just run your industrial craft cabling off of the top or the sides of this or whatever you want to do. And then you will have a nice geothermal system with, and these are 20 energy units per tick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 12 of them. So I'm getting a pretty good amount of power here. I'm getting 240 energy units per tick just from this little guy right here. And that's in the overworld, not in the nether. So they are definitely useful in the overworld. So I am going to pause it until I have something else nice to show you. Alright, so the next thing I would like to show you is how to turn an energy crystal into the next form of battery, which is called the Lapotron crystal. Okay, so not sure, it doesn't look like I have enough to make as many as I need, which is 6. Oh, look at that. I am too short. I think I can come up with 2 more lapis. So let's see what we can do here. I need 2 lapis, and lapis is worth 864, which is quite a bit, but that's alright. I think that we can come up with something. Let's see, what do I have that's valuable that I really need a ton of? Oh, look at all that iron. I should take care of that. But still working on my power situation, so can't do that just yet. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to take as much of this redstone as I can and convert that up and see what it gets me. I'll be right back. Okay, so I managed to get rid of most of the redstone that I had left. It had been accumulating for quite a while, but had to get some lapis. So let's go ahead and show you what we were going to make here. I need some more energy crystals, and let's convert these guys. I have 3 here. Get that lapis ready. And electronic circuits on the top and bottom there. That's 2, and 1 more. Gives me 6 Lapotron crystals. Okay, and let me show you what I'm going to be making. Okay, not the mass fabricator, the MFSU is actually what I'm going to be making. I do need an MFE for this, which requires 4 energy crystals. I need an advanced circuit. I don't think that'll be a problem. Some glowstone and redstone dust, not a big deal. The advanced machine block, that's going to be a little bit annoying because I haven't placed my machines back down yet. So I'll probably go to the nether just to, because I have some machines in the nether that are still placed, and I don't feel like wiring up some stuff up here right now. So I'm just going to probably head over to the nether. I already have a whole bunch of coal dust with which I can make the, let's see, I need 8, I think. Yes, I believe that's correct, because this will compress into what I need, I think. Let's hope so. Alright, so I'm going to head to the nether, and I'm going to compress this stuff, and I am going to macerate up some bronze so that I can make some advanced alloys, which I have shown you already. And once I have that, I'll be back and we'll take a look at the recipe for the MFSU. We'll make that and we'll wire it up here somewhere, someplace nice. That way we can get my machines back up. I can get some permanent wiring in here. Oh, these silly ghasts. They think they are any use. But they're wrong. It's so easy to avoid them. So I just wanted to show you real quick what that pump has done to the lava in the nether. I built this pillar out using the mercurial eye. And yeah, nether is there's a little bit of a dent. It's not like super noticeable yet, but it's definitely there. That's pretty impressive to me. So I believe I have everything I need to make our MFSU. So I'm going to kill this ghast and then head back. Oh, I missed that one. Oh, I was hoping that would... Oh, well. See, they can't even aim right. Look at that. It was going to go right over my head. Ah, silly ghasts. Alright, so I'm on my way back to the base, and we'll set up that MFSU. Alright, so what we need for our MFSU is an advanced machine block, which I showed you in a previous episode. The MFE, which I've made another of. We have another one in the room to my right. We need an advanced circuit. And we need those Lapotrons, which I've managed to keep in this bag. So let's do this again. The recipe is the Lapotrons. There we go. MFE, advanced machine block, and advanced circuit. Now we have an MFSU. Okay, so let's place down our MFSU somewhere. Let's see, this room is going to have a lot of these guys in it. And honestly, I should probably be putting it here. I'll be losing 600,000 energy units if I pull that up. But then again, yeah, I think I want it there. And we'll move the MFE somewhere else. So let's go ahead and do that. Now we have an MFSU, and this holds 10 million energy units. Now I know I could have saved some of that energy by putting in some energy crystals to take it back out, and then I could have put it in here when I had finished placing it down. But honestly, I'm not really worried about that, particularly since we built this cool system over here that keeps these guys stocked. We'll even turn that on for a little bit. So now we're charging up our MFSU, and that charges things much quicker. For instance, my lap pack, which isn't 100% full, will charge up much faster in an MFSU than it would in an MFE. So you can see that that is already charged. So that's really nice. And you also need the MFSU in order to charge things such as the quantum suit, which we will be making relatively soon. And the quantum suit allows you to get all kinds of cool powers, like breathing underwater. It refills your hunger bar. It lets you run faster and jump higher, but it's pretty expensive. Fortunately, we have that nether base UU matter thing, which I'm also going to be building in the overworld, but I have some plans to make it a little bit different. We're going to go in here, and then, let's see, I was thinking that instead of a red power thermal pile room here, what I could do is I could build a recycler mass fabricator system like I have in the nether. You saw I had all the cobble generators and so on. I have plans for something that's going to be faster at making scrap than my nether base is, but much smaller. So this room will be far more than big enough for that. So that's my plans for that. And after this, I think I wanted to show you guys something cool. I've got the author of Equivalent Exchange who plays on my multiplayer server, and he has a kind of nifty looking base, and he uses 2 of my watermill systems. So I'm going to go head over there and show you that, and then that'll be the end of the episode. So if you're not really interested in server stuff, then I guess that's the end of the episode right here. And if you'd ever like to come and give me a chat, then the link is in my description, and thanks for watching.